Hi, everybody. My name is Melanie Keller, and I am here today talking with my friend Amy Creuziger, who is an artistic associate at First Folio Theater and a stage manager extraordinaire. And I'm so happy to be talking to you, Amy. Hi.
Hi, Melanie. Hello.
So, I always want to start off by asking people a little bit about their background with First Folio. Like, what shows have you done with First Folio, and how did you first get involved?
Well, the first show I did was Jeeves at Sea,
Ah, yes.
and that was 2016, I believe.
Hmm.
Um, Allison Vesely directed,
Hmm.
and that was wonderful.
Yeah.
Uh, I worked with Kevin McKillop in
Hmm.
Rockford at Artist Ensemble,
Yeah.
and as my kids were getting older, I was thinking, oh, I might want to get back into doing more stage management.
Mhm.
And I saw that First Folio was looking for someone, and I said, "Hey, Kevin, that's your place." And so I met with David and Allison and did Jeeves at Sea in 2016,
Hmm.
and then Captain Blood
Yeah.
after that, and Women in Jeopardy. Was that the one? Yes.
Hmm. That was it. I remember that one very well. That's
Yay.
right. And fingers crossed that we are back in the theater this fall. You will be stage managing The Jigsaw Bride.
Yay!
Yep. So tell me a little about how what led you to theater and very specifically stage management.
Well, I always loved, even as a little girl, I loved putting on shows. I
Hmm.
would direct the kids in the neighborhood to do roller skating shows. And it was a lot of fun on Westmore Drive in Racine, Wisconsin. Um, when I went to, and then I did plays and theater in middle school and high school. But going to college, I wasn't sure what I was going to study. I was considering English or psychology or theater, and I landed on theater. And it was my sophomore year. My sophomore year, I spent at UW Madison,
Mhm.
and I had stage management class there, which was really cool to meet an equity stage manager at that time. Um, and then it was my junior year. Um, I got more involved with directing.
Mhm.
So when after school, I moved to Minneapolis and was really looking to do some directing. And I thought a good way would be to stage manage for some fantastic directors, and
Uh-huh.
that's what I was able to do. So that's how I got into stage management, and suddenly that's how I was making my living.
Wow.
So trip.
So for those who may not know, can you explain to me a little bit about what a stage manager does for a show?
It's management. If you imagine what managers do anywhere, organizing calendars and people, um, scheduling. Um, the stage manager always knows what time it is and tells everybody what time it is. And communication. It's really making sure that all the pieces of the puzzle understand where we are, what's next. So the stage manager communicates and sits in on rehearsals with the director and actors, runs production meetings with the designers and the director, and just make sure that everyone is getting all the information passed to the different areas.
And then once the show opens, the stage manager is there ostensibly in a stage management booth, but I'm sure you've called shows from strange places. And
Right,
you're the one
right.
with the headset saying, Q45,
Right.
go.
That's a fun part. I like to view it as you're conducting the show. You're
Yeah.
conducting the lights and the sound and everything to go and to happen. You really feel like a conductor uh,
Mhm.
during performances. And and it's your responsibility as a stage manager to maintain the director's vision of the show, to make sure that it's still things grow, but it's still to make sure that it's within the director's vision of what they wanted to say with the show.
I think that your training, your interest in perhaps English and perhaps psychology probably served you very well. Because I always think that a stage manager also has to be a part therapist to sort of help people with their feelings through the process.
Yeah, and you do have to have the listening skills, and I say that the stage manager communicates to all these areas, but it's also helping others to communicate as well.
You know,
Um,
theater goers, we all love it, when things go well, but without a doubt, there's always a show where something goes bump in the night. And as a stage manager, sometimes you're the one who sort of like has to problem solve in the moment. Have you ever had anything go sideways in the middle of a show?
we all have. I've I've been equity since 1999, so there's a lot of shows in there to choose from. Probably the most dramatic one was I was stage managing My Fair Lady at Chanhassen Dinner Theaters, and there was a big thunderstorm happening outside, and you could hear it. Um, and right at the end of I Could Have Danced All Night, where the soprano is going to hit the high note at the end, Could Have Danced All Night, boom, blackout, all the lights went out. And so just, and her mic and everything.
Oh,
But she was a wonderful, wonderful singer. So she still pumped it out there. We all heard it. And the emergency lights popped on. So this fluorescent light popped on and hit her face. And I think some people maybe didn't even notice.
Um, Amy, is there anything during this crazy time of, the pandemic time when you haven't been able to be in the theater stage managing shows, that you have taken on as like a pandemic hobby or any projects you've been working on?
Well, I've continued to meet with my high school students. I direct at the Rochelle Township High School, and I've been meeting with them and doing workshops, and so kind of theater over Zoom, which is a new experience. Um, Immediately when the pandemic stay at home began, my whole family came home. My husband, who's a teacher, and my college student son, and then my youngest son at the time was a senior in high school. So we were all doing school from home. And so I kind of adopted and gave myself some assignments. I made myself a student. Um, so I, brushed up on some Shakespeare, reread some plays, and watched productions from National Theater. And I saw First Folio Cymbeline, which was fun.
Mhm.
Um, so, and then I've recently have gotten into reading autobiographies and memoirs. So I've been reading Katharine Hepburn, Sally Field, Carol Burnett, Penny Marshall. Just nice to read something that isn't a play. Often, when you're busy and you're just reading plays. So it was kind of nice to read some memoirs.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you for taking some time out to have a chat with me. I really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see you back at First Folio. Fingers crossed in the fall for Jigsaw Bride.
Absolutely. It was so good talking to you. So good to see you, Melanie.
Thank you so much, Amy.
Thanks for the conversation. Bye-bye.